Alright everybody, today we're going to be talking about area of some shapes and then the Pythagorean theorem here at the end. But start off, area of a triangle. The big thing to take away is, in general, we always need to make sure that our height of the triangle is perpendicular to the base we're about to use. And so that'll be our H, and then our base here is the blue B. So our area formula for a triangle is 1/2 base times height. 1/2 base times height. For parallelograms, the nice thing about parallelograms is literally it's any of the parallelograms. So again, remember that it's two sets of parallel sides. We have a normal parallelogram, we can have a square, we can have a rectangle, we can have a rhombus type of deal. And so we have all of these, and for each one of these, the area will be base times height. Base times height. So again, we have base times height, a base times height. And again, notice it really doesn't matter, just depends on orientation. For the parallelogram itself, we have H and B again, base times height. For a trapezoid is a quadrilateral with one set of parallel sides. And so the tricky thing here is, how the heck am I going to find this, right? So there's a couple different ways. One of my favorite is just dividing the shape into two triangles here. And notice that the height for both of these triangles is the same. It's this blue dotted line here for that. So again, perpendicular to the base. Notice here that the height can be outside of the shape. It can be outside of the shape. So we're going to find the height for triangle 1. We're going to find the height for triangle 2. So since the height is the same, we're going to label that over here. We'll say that this is base 1 up top and base 2 down below. So the area for the first triangle number 1, is 1/2 times the base, which is B1, times the height. And then for my triangle on the bottom, it would be 1/2 times base 2 times the height. And notice that since I broke this trapezoid up into these two triangles, I can add these two together to get my area formula for the trapezoid. And I can even simplify this. Notice that I have a 1/2 and the height is in both of these terms, so I can factor out a 1/2 times height. And then I have B1 plus B2. And so this will be my area formula for a trapezoid. 1/2 times the height times B1 plus B2. And the last big idea today is the Pythagorean theorem. The biggest thing that we need to note for the Pythagorean theorem, it must be a right triangle. Must be a right triangle. If it's not, I need to use another tool. And so you can't fall in love with this too much. It has to be a right triangle in order for me to solve. And so let's see, right? We have a right triangle here. And the Pythagorean theorem itself is this a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And so let's say if I know that c is, let's say that I know, no, let's go c. C is 10 and b is 4. So here if I plug in, I have a squared plus 4 squared equals 10 squared. This would be a squared plus 16 equals 100. And then I would have, I subtract 16 on both sides. I have a squared equals 100 minus 16. So again, I subtract 16 on both sides. And this would equal 84. So I take the square root of 84. Right off the top of my head, I don't exactly know what the square root of 84 is. I know it's bigger than 9 because the square root of 81 is 9. But I'm not exactly sure. So I'm going to get a calculator out real quick. And I could keep it as the square root of 84. But let's see, I get 9.17. So a equals 9.17, which is about the square root of 84. Again, I rounded to the nearest 100th. And so we need to have a right triangle. That's Pythagorean theorem. And we did our area of shapes. Thanks. Hope this helped.